For your listening pleasure, the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for December the 19th, 2018. Our camera person is Daniel Faulkner. Video sound engineer and producer is Lynette. Prompter and teleprompter, Myra. News anchor is Mr. Devin Harrison. Our meteorologist is Ms. Hannah Faulkner. And this is your news director, L.L. Scrambled M. And now, the news.
DCTV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I am Devin, and here's our first story from the Journal Herald. Hidden Valley is happening. It is a beloved treasure located only a few miles northwest of Durango. The Suspended Valley is almost 500 feet higher than the Animas River, separated by a north-south running sandstone capped ridge. There is a sense of peaceful protection on the valley floor, sheltered by the eastern escarpment of the Barnes Mountains Suesta. Meadowstone and forest wilderness. Moments from town regulars saunter in the evening. Families on mountain bikes ride the Falls Creek Trails systems. Nordic skiers and snowshoers may track in the winter, and dogs run free. Hidden Valley almost fell to development in 1990 when a utility company based in Salt Lake City placed the 530-acre parcel on the open market. La Plata Open Space Conservation spearheaded a successful grassroots movement to compel Congress to appropriate $800,000 of the $1.1 million needed to acquire and protect the land. On March 30, 1992, Hidden Valley became public property managed by the U.S. Forest Service. There are several points of entry into the meadow, and trails spin off every which way. This introductory tour runs the length of the Forest Service property on primal trails, climb from the meadowland on a sandstone ridge to the highest point, peak at 7,385 feet. The full tour is almost 8 miles with 1,100 feet of climbing. If time is limited, build your own section hike. From the trailhead at elevation 7,000 feet, walk north up valley. 2 trails parallel each other. Take your pick. This is important. Wildlife habit. The Falls Creek habitat. The Falls Creek drainage is a migration corridor for deer and elk from the high country to winter foraging grounds in the Animas River Valley. Turn south on the trail running up the ridge mountain, a pretty darn steep little hill, the toughest grade on the entire hike. While walking through the Pina, juniper, and Gambel oak woodland, be watchful for mountain lions, bear, and golden eagles. There is even more to see, so go up and be surprised. The stories from the Journal. The hidden costs of traffic accidents. Each month, I usually write about topics to help you and your family stay safe on roadways. This month, I would like to touch on why that is so important. We are quoting the writer of the article on this passage. There is a hidden scar that goes on under the radar of public perception. So this time I would like to help everyone understand the effects bad driving has on everyone else not directly involved in traffic crashes. Anytime there is an injury or fatal crash, there is a ripple effect that happens. Those directly involved, of course, are the victims, but have you ever thought of what effects the trauma has on the other witnesses, families, friends, police, fire, paramedics, and hospital staff from that point on? The list is so large it's hard to make sure everyone is listed when there is a serious crash. Each one of these people affected has to deal with what they have seen and experienced long after the incident. Sometimes they never get over what they have experienced. The Colorado State Patrol has produced a series of videos aimed at explaining the lasting effects after the crash is over. The videos are titled Hidden Scars. The short videos touch on the emotional hurt people endure from crashes caused by texting, driving under the influence, and distracted driving, to name just a few. At the time I was writing this, there has been 561 fatal crashes covered this year by just the Colorado State Patrol alone. With the increase of people coming to the state and the continuing challenges to keep people from driving impaired or being distracted with cell phones, we need to make a change so we are not losing so many lives to crashes. This means we need to look at things differently, we need to change perceptions, help people to put their phones down when driving, get that ride after drinking or smoking marijuana, or to just slow down on the roadway. There are small steps that can have huge impacts so others don't have to have their own hidden scars. Please take a moment and watch the videos with your family and friends. Hopefully these videos will have that message needed to change behavior. You can find our videos on any of our social media outlets, Colorado State Patrol YouTube channel at bit.ly/hidden scars vid. What was Safe Travels? Our program director is a former EMT-1 and says amen to this article. There are special services available to EMTs to help them cope with they often see its equal with soldiers go through war. This story is from the Huffington Press. Cockroaches are becoming a big business in China. In the near pitch dark, you can hear them before you see them. Millions of cockroaches scuttling and fluttering across stacks of wooden boards as they devour food scraps by the ton in the novel form of urban waste disposal. The air is warm and humid, just as cockroaches like it, to ensure the colonies keep their health and voracious appetites. Expanding Chinese cities are generating more food waste than they can accommodate in landfills, and cockroaches could be a way to get rid of hills of food scraps, providing nutrition food for livestock when the bugs eventually die, and some say cures for stomach illness and beauty treatments. The outskirts of Jian, capital of eastern Shandong province, 1 billion cockroaches are being fed with 50 tons of kitchen waste a day, the equivalent in weight to several adult elephants. The way the waves arrive before daybreak at the plant run by Shandong Globin Agricultural Technology Co-op Company. where it's fed through pipes to cockroaches in their cells. Shandong's Kaobin plans to set up 3 more such plants next year, aiming to process a third of kitchen waste produced by Jian. Home to about 7 million people, a nationwide ban on using food waste as pig feed due to African swine fever outbreaks is also spurring the growth of the cockroach industry. Cockroaches are a biotechnological pathway for the converting and processing of kitchen waste, said Lai Yuxin, president of Shandong Insect Industry Association. Cockroaches are also a good source of protein for pigs and other livestock. Anyone in the mood for a crunchy snack? Maybe we should all become vegetarians. I wouldn't call that vegetarian at all. Oh, this story is from the UPI on the internet. Massive bear-sized hogs captured near school bus stop. Wildlife traps in Florida said they captured a massive hog that was so large that it looked like a bear to some photos. Professional trapper James Dean said he was first told about 2 weeks ago that the hog of an unusual size. Dean said he was sent a photograph by a witness of an animal so large it looked like a bear. I took a deer trap out there with the pig being that size. Very similarly, do you run into something that big? So what I did is I used hurricane straps to strap that trap down, but the pig would not go into the trap at all after about a week and a half, being told Florida Today. Very seldomly do we ever run into hogs like this that are so massive and so big, he said. Dean enlisted the help of some trappers, hunters, and tracking dogs Saturday to locate the hog. The pig tangled with some of the dogs before the men were able to hog tie it. A lot of the times when we run into calls like this, it's usually people who pen a hog up in their backyard and grain feed it, and then they'll go ahead and slaughter it, because there's really not a substantial amount of wood for the hog to survive for the amount of time that it has, Dean said. Dean said the hog was later euthanized as license regulation prevented it from being relocated. Now for dumb laws. Dumb laws in New Jersey. In Blairstown, shooting ranges are outlawed. No street-side trees may be planted that obscure the air. Okay. It's illegal to throw ashes on the sidewalk. In Caldwell, you may not dance or wear shorts on the main avenue. In Cranford, citizens are not permitted to park their own boats on their lawn. In Cruskill, all cats must wear 3 bells to warn birds of their whereabouts. Okay. In Haddon, it is illegal to use the Crystal Lake pool without first obtaining a bathing tag from the township clerk. Mount Laurel, climbing trees is prohibited in all city parks. In Newark, it is illegal to sell ice cream after 6 p.m. unless the customer has a note from his doctor. In Trenton, you may not throw a bad pickle in the street. Pickles are not to be consumed on Sunday. Now with a weather report with Hannah.
Our current weather data comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Dove Creek. The current temperature is 40 degrees. The high for today was 44 degrees. The low was 28 degrees. The barometer is at 30.21 inches and is steady. Humidity is at 56%. Wind is between 1 and 13 miles per hour from the northeast. Gusts have been up to 32 miles per hour. There was 0 hundredths of an inch of rain measured today by the moisture melted in the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 900 of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 7 inches and 12 hundredths of an inch. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. Well, things have calmed down in the Pacific Northwest. There is a small area of rain along the coast of Washington and Oregon that is backed against a front of rain mixed with snow to the east and to the first front. There are 2 small areas of snow, one over the Idaho-Montana border, and there is another one over the Colorado mountains. Idaho-Montana border. We have rain and snow over northern Minnesota and Wisconsin, normal for this time of year. Glad we live here. Rain is falling along the Atlantic coast from North Carolina into South Carolina. From Arkansas south to Texas and east to Michigan down through Georgia and Florida, there is rain and a possibility of severe thunderstorms. Here is our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Thursday, mostly sunny, high 44, low 24. Friday, partly sunny, high 43, low 25. Saturday, partly sunny, high 42, low 19. Sunday, partly sunny, high 38, low 20. Monday, mostly cloudy, high 39, low 23. Now for the new feature, we present you with the snow tell, which will give you the amount of snowpack in the mountains. We hope this will be useful for our farmers. Statewide, the snowpack is at 118%. Here in the Southwest, we only have 80%. Now for our climate change report. CO2 carbon dioxide is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. This results in significant variations worldwide in moisture and hot and cool temperatures. But the general climate trend of the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 409.4. 2 weeks ago, 408.449. Last year, 406.28. 10 years ago, 385.39. 50 years ago, 322.84. Thank you, Dr. Peter Chen of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our Kids News Show on air by buying a sponsorship. To become a sponsor, just call 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Thank you. Have a safe and happy winter break. See you next year. Now back to the news director.
This is the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. And for our program for this year, we will pick it up again when school starts after the first of the year. This is your news director, LL Scrambled, very scrambled, M, saying good night and thank you for watching. And please, please be safe so we can have you around for another year.